Have y'all thought about something? That the powers that be wants you to be broke nonstop? Here's what I mean by that. Think about it like this. There's a holiday for every day of the week. Every day of the week is every month. Out of 12 months in a year, it's always a holiday in that month to get you to spend money. In January, you have New Year's Day. February, you have Valentine's Day. March, the kids go on spring break. April, it's Easter. May, it's Mother's Day. June, it's Father's Day. That really don't count, but hey, we're gonna roll with it. July, it's the 4th of July. August, you're getting prepared for the kids to go back to school. September, if I'm not mistaken, September is Labor Day. October, you have Halloween. November is Thanksgiving, and we all know December is Christmas. Now, that is 12. That is an event for every month. Now, we haven't thrown into that graduations. We haven't thrown into that anniversaries. I got to get over G. We haven't thrown into that birthdays. We haven't thrown. I can go on and on and on. I can go on and on and on. The point I'm trying to make is, if y'all allow people to constantly shove all these holidays down your throat, you will continue to be broke. Unless you're in a final situation where you can afford all of this. You can afford all of it, it's no problem. But at the same time, don't run through your stash trying to satisfy everybody. Because I said this before and I'm going to say it again. When stuff hit the fan, you are on your own. I don't care how nobody feel about this. When stuff hit the fan, you are on your own. If you give, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. It don't matter if you single, if you got kids or whatever. If you get evicted from your home, people will always take the woman and kids in. They will always take the woman and kids in. They're not taking no grown man in. See, the woman and the kids, she can go to her mother's house, her father's house, her brother's house, her sister's house, her friend's house, her cousin's house. And everybody's going to be looking at you like, man, you should have. Dang, G down here with a trailer, I'm down here with a trailer. They're going to look at you and say, man, your husband should have been taking care of that, or your boyfriend. And at the same time, you have to open your wallet for all these holidays. You do. No, nobody else do. Also, at the same time, you have to be the strong one for your family. You see, people don't really understand the amount of what a man have to go through. Now, we can sit here and say what the woman got to go through all day long. Well, right now you're on a man's channel, so I'm going to talk for the men. You need to go to a woman's channel if you want to hear the woman getting praised. But it's like, after you go through all of them 12-month holidays and all of the events, the birthdays, the anniversaries, the all the other small stuff, right? Once you go through all of that as well, you still have to provide for your family. It don't matter if your wife working or not. Your wife can have your wife would have a job making $50,000, $60,000 a year. Typically, them bills really is on your back as the man. Let's be honest, 99% of women, they want a man that can provide for them. They don't mind helping with the bills, but typically, they want you to kind of come on with it. And see, a man, he can't show no weakness as well. Like a woman, they can get emotional and tell you how they feel and sometimes speak out of character, but you're not, as the man, you're not supposed to break character. You're supposed to, hey, keep it straight, keep it together. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I tell y'all all the time, and I'm a firm believer in this, you need to put your grind outside of God. Outside of God, you need to put your grind first. Let me give y'all an example. I remember when I had my full-time job, it was this guy, he was on 90-day probation. And with this 90-day probation, you cannot leave early, be late for nothing. Well, he didn't get on 90-day probation. He got on 90-day probation because he wasn't coming to work. So then when something hit the fan, when his kids were sick, y'all got to come get the child from school because they sick. All right, well, His wife was at work. Well, I'm gonna go get my child. So he left work, went and got his child. I don't care, they can fire me, my kids come first. See, you didn't get in that predicament by putting your kids first. You got in that predicament by not coming to work. So now all of a sudden, we know you're sorry behind didn't want to work. So now all of a sudden when stuff hit the fan, oh, my kid come first, I'm gonna leave work. And they fired his behind. They fired him. But you see, in his mind, yes, I'm putting my child before my job. I don't care what y'all say. Yes, you love your kids, you love your spouse. But at the end of the day, your behind better go to work to provide for that children and spouse. Because if you don't, you're going to be on the street. You will be on the street if you're not out providing for your family. People don't want to hear this. They don't like when I talk like this, but I keep it real. On this channel, I keep it real. I keep it real. A lot of men are overlooked when it comes down to them providing for their family. See, when you dating a guy, when you're just dating, he got his own apartment, you got your own apartment, or he living with his parents, you living with your parents. That's why people say the marriage changed, everything changed when we got married. It didn't change when you got married. The responsibilities of that man changed and the responsibilities of that woman changed. For instance, you take a man and a woman, all right? Let's say they got their own apartment. The man got his own apartment, the woman got their own apartment. They dating, they fall in love. Let's move in together. We can use marriage. We can use marriage or we cannot use marriage. This generation don't get married. All right, so they in love. They get together. They get married. Boom. All right. They move in together. Now we're gonna split everything down the middle. We're gonna split the bills down the middle. You're gonna keep working. I'm gonna keep working. Everything good. We still going out on dates. Everything's fine. Boom. Here come a child. Baby come. Now, we know the woman can't work the whole 9 months of the pregnancy. So at some point, she's going to have to stop working. Sir, can you afford this apartment on your own? Well, I could afford my apartment. Stuff would be a little tight. So, yeah, I just pick up some overtime. What you say? What was that? You'll do what? I'll just pick up some overtime. Hold on, y'all. Let me grab a drink out of my Yeti cooler. I don't remember where I left off, but I believe I left off where I said, they got a baby. The wife about to have a baby, so he decided he gonna work a little bit of overtime to make up for her lack of income. Now I'm gonna show y'all something. All right. Now, see, before it was we going out on the weekend, we having a good time, but see now we have a child now. Everybody mindset switch. The woman is, I need to be here and nurture the child. This is my responsibility. Is this child? The man instantly goes to, I have to provide for my girlfriend or my wife and child. I have to provide for them. Thought my truck was making a weird noise. So that's where his mind goes. I got to provide for them. So he started getting overtime at his full-time job. Then he got a side job, right? The bills paid, everything. They have everything they need. But the woman is starting to feel like, Jake, you're not home. I cannot raise this baby alone. And he's like, well, Mary, you understand we need more money, so I have to work a little more. I understand that, but you still need to be home. All right. Now, in that moment, that man got to make a decision. Okay, I'm going to pull back, stay home more, help out with the child, but I already know something's going to come up lacking. There's two ways you can do that. You can either let what it is you got come up lacking, or you can keep mashing your foot on the gas for that grind. Let me give you two scenarios. Let's say he pulled back, he at home more, right? Stuff come around there lacking. That's all right. She go back to work, full-time job. Baby go to daycare. You got your job back, all right? Now, somebody got to pay that in my area, South Mississippi, for a newborn baby in daycare. Well, last time I checked was $175 a week, every week. So let's throw that out there. So who's paying the daycare? We're split it. All right, they still split the daycare. But it's tension now because, see, the money ain't the same no more. She don't have play money no more. He don't have play money. I'm just telling y'all the average working American makes around $50,000 to $60,000 a year. So you got two $50,000 incomes, which is always not the case. No, we know this, right? She's working. He's working. The daycare bill is getting made. Okay, you want to move from an apartment. You want a house now. More bills. More money needs to go out. So now you want to afford this house. She's working, he's working, child's in daycare, you get the house. She's pregnant again. Okay, we're going to tie the tubes after this one. So she stopped working because the child's here now. And Jake, it's on you. You have to turn up a little more to get the money rolling in. All right? So Jake started working more, getting the money rolling in. Jake, I'm at home with these 2 kids by myself. I need help. You see, listen. We don't live in a perfect world. The majority of the men I know, they don't make a lot of money. I don't make a lot of money. I make do with what I have. But see, I'm willing, boy, I was about to rev this truck up. I'm willing to mash my foot on the gas for the grind just a little bit more. I'll suffer the consequences later. Well, see, you're not putting your family first. Again, I'm breaking all this down. I'm giving you my situation. I couldn't do both. I couldn't be at home and make the money. As a welder, I was only making, what, $27, $28 an hour? You can make $30 an hour. If you got to have overtime with that 30 hour to bring home a good check. Well, what's considered overtime? Working the weekend. Working the weekend is considered overtime. So I had to make a lot of decisions while I wasn't there for my family. But I had to get my money up. I had to get on the grind to get my money up to get in a better position. Now, is everything perfect now? Heck nah. We still go through it. That's called being married. But you got to understand, see, that man, and I'm not throwing a pity party for me because I'm built for it. I'm just saying what a lot of people don't see versus what that man goes through. Everybody see, well, this woman, she's at home all day with these 2-3 kids, and Jake, you're just going all day having a good time making YouTube videos. But see, a man never shows his pain. He always hides it. Because he knows if he shows his pain, he will be judged by his pain. You see, a woman can say, I'm at home with the kids all day. I don't get no help. I feel like a single mother. See, a woman can say that and it's fine. Oh, we understand. See, a man can't say, man, feel like all I'm doing is working to take care of y'all. All my money spent is going toward taking care of y'all. I'm overlooked. All I'm doing is working nonstop, and all I'm doing is hearing complaining. See, if a man say that, you're not sensitive, you're being mean, he's a pain or he's a blank. You see what I'm saying? You have to kind of just, okay, deal with it. And when you start looking back as when you was a child, when you look back to when you was a child, my father worked a lot. That's where I get it from. My father worked a lot. And now I don't know what him and my mother went through behind closed doors because it wasn't none of my business. But I remember my father getting up going to work every single day. And when you look back on it all, what was my mother telling him why he was working like that? Was she complaining? Was he doing enough? You see, your mother will never show you all of that. They won't let you see that. But they're gonna make sure. I'm sure my father heard it. You're working too much. You're not spending enough time with your kids. Blah 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 blah. We wasn't rich people. We was making do with what we had. I'm not a rich man. I talk all this trash, man. I ain't got no doggone money. That's why I'm out here every day. I'm willing to put in the grind for my family. Now, it's a fine line you got to walk. You got to walk that fine line. Give your family their time and get on the grind. Like I told y'all before, these next 6 Saturdays, I'm turning up. I have to. Because I have a new baby coming, which is more responsibility, more food we have to buy. And eventually, if we have another baby after this one, I will have to buy my wife a van. You see, it never stops. See, the whole time I'm looking at what the family needs, I'm also looking at what my business needs. Okay, I need another truck. Okay, I need a dump trailer. Okay, I need to get me an acre lot to build me a shop. Okay, we about to have another baby. Okay, I need to make sure I get us another family vehicle. Okay, will I need to add on to my house? Now we got to add on to the house, just buy some bunk beds. Okay, we need to do this. We need to do that. You see? It don't ever stop. But there's no sense in me going home crying to my wife about it. Deal with it. You the man, right? Look, I've been talking to y'all too long. I have to cut this $300 property.